we have you know what? It's a shit show. I mean, come on, guys. Don't you think it's a shit show? What the hell is going on? What is going on in this country? Because we have an alleged sexual predator as Attorney General. We could we? If Donald Trump gets his way, the answer to that would be yes. And you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Matt Gaetz. Trump's announcement of Representative Matt Gaetz as his pick for AG really sent shockwaves all through Washington, D.C. and around the world yesterday. If you thought that Pete Hegseth, you know, the Fox News weekend morning anchor, or puppy killer Kristi Noem, if you thought that they were crazies, I can only imagine what's to come. Okay, so let's think about this. Okay, take a deep breath. I mean, seriously, because I was after the election, I said, yeah, you know, hey, I'm not shocked. I'm just disappointed in the country. I'm not sad. But what the actual, you know what is happening in this country? I just want to tell you about Matt Gaetz. By the way, Matt Gaetz blamed January 6th on Antifa. He's the one, you know, with the DUIs. His dad got him out of. He's the one, gosh, what was his name? If you guys in the thing can tell me, like he has a son, he has this black son, which is just, I'm just talking about who he is. Not that there's anything wrong with that. And so he's the one with the black son. I don't know if he's adopted or if he just lives with him. I forget what the full story was. And he's also was under investigation for SA, right? And ethics violations. And then they decided not to investigate, but then now they are picking it back up. They've announced, and they're supposed to drop something soon, meaning release something soon, but he has resigned from Congress. So I don't even know if it's going to happen. Perhaps that is why he did it. Okay, let's just be honest. That is what's going on. So thank you for joining me on TikTok and on all the other platforms. Make sure you hit the hearts, the likes, and whatever. And I appreciate all of you joining us. So let me just tell you about Matt Gaetz before we continue. Okay? Because Trump's selection of Matt Gaetz elevates one of his most vocal and polarizing defenders, someone who has really generated animosity, even among the Republican colleagues, while maintaining his fervent loyalty to Trump. He was first elected to Congress back in 2016 from Florida. Man, it seems like he's been with us for a lot longer than that. In the midst of a House ethics investigation into allegations of sex trafficking, but a Justice Department probe into similar subject matter concluded with no charges. His pick for Attorney General may be his most consequential appointment, as the person in this role will be tasked with helping to implement and then defending in court many of his most radical policy agendas. That's why a loyalist who's out there who can defend his most radical policy agendas. Buckle up, buttercups. This is what Trump has vowed, that he's said he's drastically going to increase deportations of undocumented immigrants, reinstate his travel ban against several majority Muslim countries, and then he's going to strip civil service protections for federal employees, all of which, among others, are likely to face legal challenges. He has also pledged to use the Justice Department to prosecute his enemies. Again, I want to tell you that you voted for it. That you voted for it 100%. It was you. At least America, who voted for it. And now you're going to have Matt Gaetz, probably. Let me tell you what's interesting. Because Trump now has, he's got the House, he's got the Senate, he's got the legislative, the judicial, and the executive branch. So he's got the White House, he's got the courts, the Supreme Court, and then all the courts, and he has got the Congress, meaning Senate and Congress. So he can do recess appointments. Doesn't need approval, possibly with this. So he can just shove through whoever he wants. You want to know who Matt Gaetz is? I'm going to show you who Matt Gaetz is, okay? I want to let's start with someone really who is a staunch Republican. I mean, it's just a member of the GOP, just like, a dude like, yeah, I'm for conservative values. I'm a man. I serve that thing. Senator Mark Wayne Mullen on Gaetz being a creep on the House floor. This is according to him. Watch.
You got to think about this guy. This is a guy that the media didn't give a time of day to after he was accused of sleeping with an underage girl. And there's a reason why no one in the conference came and defended him, because we had all seen the videos he was showing on the House floor that all of us had walked away of the girls that he had slept with. He'd brag about how he would crush ED medicine and chase it with an energy drink so he could go all night. This is obviously before he got married. And so when that accusation came out, no one defended him, and then no one on the media would give him a time of the day. All of a sudden, he found fame because he opposed the Speaker of the House back in November, and he's always stayed there. And he was never going to leave until he got this last moment of fame by going after a motion to vacate.
Okay, that's Mark Wayne Mullen.
Gaetz has never been charged with any sex trafficking crime, and he gave this statement to CNN in response. I don't think Mark Wayne Mullen and I have said 20 words to each other on the House floor. This is a lie from someone who doesn't know me and who is coping with the death of the political career of his friend Kevin. Thoughts and prayers.
Okay, so that's him. And look, Mark Wayne Mullen, I mean, why would he, he's saying that he has an axe to grind. Thank you, Soldier One. Wow, very generous of you. Well, thank you for your support. I appreciate it. Means the world to me. You too, Cynthia Sandoval. Thank you very much. Yeah. Mark Wayne Mullen saying that he used to show videos of them and saying that he, who he had smashed, who he was going after. Just a real creep. Mark Wayne Mullen once more. Here he is.
Should make a hard look at. I mean, there was many times that he would go out on news programs in the evening, and he would tell me personally, hey, I've got to go sell my constituent catheters, because all he was doing was selling himself, and evidently his constituent base is an older base, and that he thought that was funny. To me, that's not funny. You take your job and make it serious, do what's right by it, and serve. This isn't an opportunity for you just to have an opportunity to promote yourself, which that was what Matt Gaetz' goals was. And so now that he wasn't relevant before Speaker McCarthy, the Speaker McCarthy opposing him has made him a credible candidate somehow, and allowed him to get all the attention that he was seeking beforehand. And he's going to continue to do this, even if it's the next speaker, because he has to seek that attention. I mean, remember what I said, Emma, this is retail politics. This has nothing to do with policy or principle anymore.
Well, just jumping in really quickly, those accusations I know you brought up earlier, just those are allegations. They were never proven. And again, that Congressman Gaetz has denied those.
I will say that you're 100% right. He's denied those,
right,
and it went away. But the other part of what I'm saying about the individual, those aren't allegations. That's firsthand that he told me that we dealt with on the floor. The first time I ever met this guy, he walked up to me, and Kristi Noem at the time was at the podium. He was speaker, or he was elected at the time. He was a member-elect. So we was going through conference and orientation, and he walked up to me as Kristi Noem, now Governor Kristi Noem, and he said, man, she's a fine, and you can put the B word in place there. And I looked at him, I said, really? Because Kristi is a very close friend of mine.
Yeah. So that's Matt Gaetz. Look, guys, this is supposed to be the party of family values. This is a party that's judging everyone. This is a party that's saying that a woman doesn't have a right to do what she wants with her body, and she and her doctor. And then you have this person who is going to be the chief law enforcement officer in the country. Now, there's no way around it. This is not political. This is not, come on. And you're right, language of horses. I am devastated and horrified. You should be. I wonder what Marjorie Taylor Greene gets, says Indy Nunez Z. I wonder. I mean, Marjorie Taylor Greene, Jewish space lasers. Remember her? And all the craziness and the madness, how she attacked Jasmine Crockett and all those things. But she and Matt Gaetz, buddy. Buddy. Georgia, Florida, buddy. Now, come on, give me a break. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. Why on earth? I don't know what happened there. Why on earth is why on earth would anyone choose this person? It's just really to stick a finger in America's eye. Or maybe it's just a middle finger, I believe. I believe it's just a middle finger.
Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure you hit the like button. It helps us with the algorithm. And also, we'd love for you to become a subscriber. So hit that button too. We're live every day at 10 a.m. Eastern Time and 5 p.m. Eastern, so there's plenty of content for you to check out.